Good evening and a happy new year to everyone watching on All Hail the Ale. Tonight we're going for a beer from a selection that I got for Christmas actually. It's from the stepdaughter and her boyfriend. It is a beer that I've never tried before. I've never had anything from the brewery before. The brewery is it's an Italian brewery. It's Birra Del Borgo. Apologies for crapping all over the Italian enunciation of the name of the brewery there. It is this one. It is the Extra Reale. And it doesn't tell you an awful lot on the bottle. It just tells you where it's brewed. It tells you it weighs in at 6.4% ABV, and the usual ingredients are water, barley malt, hops, sugar and yeast. A little bit of research just to try and find out a little bit more about it. It is an American style IPA, and they do use an absolute metric ton of hops. Not literally a metric ton, that's probably a little bit misleading, but they mention that they use an awful lot of hops in the creation of this beer, and to expect kind of tangerine notes and big citrus flavours throughout. Now, I'll say I have no idea what to expect other than what they tell me. It's a nice looking little bottle really. It's a small bottle, 33 centilitre, but then again, who knows? I might not like it. You never know. We'll find out. So, like I say, it's New Year. First real beer of the new year. And first video of the new year. So, yeah, let's crack her open and enjoy, hopefully. So we've got... that's the crown on top there. You've got a little castle. And I hope that's not indicative of something in the beer. There's a chip in the top of the bottle. We'll find out. May have been enough to actually break the integrity of the seal, and from the looks of things, looking at the doodah, the little rubber gasket inside, it does look as though that it was capped when broken. So anyway, let's hope I don't get anything in the beer. Let's pour. We're pouring into Northern Monk glass. The pour is pale. See if we can get a bit of the head going. We can. We have some natural sediment in the bottle. I can spy it. What I don't want is any glass that there might be in there. No, there's no glass to speak of. A little bit of sediment for a bit of haze. Not a lot, and actually beer in a glass. There's a little bit of natural haze from the sediment. Otherwise it's pretty clear. You've got a little bit of carbonation going on. Got about a finger of a nice tight white head. It's a good looking beer. Perhaps should have left the sediment in the bottle, but it happens. And yeah, looks good. Let's have a whiff. That's interesting. It's got kind of barley wine notes about it. Those kind of... yeah, it's just got that thing going on. Very reminiscent of a beer that I've had from Woodford's called Headcracker, where it's got those kind of real deep... I don't know what they are. It's almost peachy on the aroma, but it's a really creamy kind of stone fruit aroma. That's interesting to me because I wasn't expecting it in any way, shape or form. Yeah, there's a bit of citrus going on, but mostly sort of peachy stone fruit and creamy, like that real, that Sharon fruit. That's what it is that real creamy, custardy. Very interesting. Let's have a taste. Cheers. That is a creamy pale ale. Citrusy, very creamy on the first mouthful. A little bit of citrus, a little bit of orange on the back end. Not a huge amount of sort of lemons and limes and grapefruits or anything like that. But that real custardy creaminess. Unexpected and very pleasant indeed. No real hint of the 6.4. No real bitterness to speak of. It's very sweet, refined in its flavour. You know, there's no harshness whatsoever. It's very smooth. Finish is there. It's a tiniest amount of bitterness, but we're talking minimal on the back end. But just loads more of that kind of orangey goodness on the finish as well. A little hint of the creaminess coming through as well as that. That's not bad. Dangerously drinkable at 6.4. Fruity, creamy. No real bitterness to speak of. A very pleasant sweet finish, and that kind of chip in the glass doesn't really seem to have affected the beer at all. I like it. I do. It's like I say, it's a nice bottle. It's a nice beer. But would I go out? Bearing in mind this was a Christmas gift, or one of many in the box, a Christmas gift. Would I go out and buy it myself? If I wanted a smooth beer, I probably would. If I wanted something really bitter and resinous, this wouldn't fit that particular bill. There's a little tiny hint of resin on the finish that's coming through now. It's kind of settled on the tongue, but not in a big way. It's smooth, it's fruity, it's really easy drinking. It's perhaps one for those who want to sort of dabble in the dark arts of the IPA, but don't really want to go for something kind of full belt and braces. It really fits the brief. So something really hoppy, bitter, resinous. This isn't that. This is really smooth. It's almost tropical. And actually, you've got that custardy creaminess coming through as well. It's a very pleasant and unexpected surprise. So I would buy it for that, the fact it's different, and I'd like to mix up my beer selection every now and then. Would I rush out and buy it? I'm not sure I would, but that's not to say it's a bad beer at all. It's far from it. It's really tasty. It's just not ticking all the boxes that would mean I would give it more than a 4 out of 5. Because it's lacking that hot punch, it's lacking that bitterness, and it really kind of needs to pack in a lot more resin than it currently is. So I would say, extra reale, I'm going to give you 3.5 out of 5 on the old Untapped score sheet, because you're tasty, but you're just not setting my world on fire, you know. You're not ticking all them boxes and making me jump for joy. Very pleasant nonetheless, though. So, ladies and gents, boys and girls, if you got this far, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate all your likes, your comments. If you've tried this before, let me know below. I'd love to know what other people think of it. And above all, have a fantastic new year. And down there's a little subscription button. If you press that, and there's a little bell next to it as well, you get notified every time I stick up a video, which is roughly every Friday, Saturday, Sunday, really. So, yeah, thanks for watching. This has been The Beer. I've been Nick, and I will see you again soon for another video. Bye.